Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Annie. I'm America's favorite radio station, Oxygen Hour Smiles. Starting new old shopkeeper, Healy. A moment of tears, everyone.
Cheers, everyone. Boo-hoo. So sad. Thank you, Bert Healy. Over here, miss.
But still remember, folks.
Smile, Danya, smile.
Right, wacky smile, darn smile.
Turn that frown upside down. Let those teeth shine. Say, who's that who just walked into our WEAF studio?
It's none other than the wealthy industrialist Wall Street tycoon.
It's Olivia Warbucks.
That's right, Wacky. It's Oliver Warbucks, the millionaire.
Oliver Warbucks, nice of you to drop by.
Good evening, Bert Healy. It's nice to be here.
Oliver Warbucks, I understand there's something to tell the folks at home about wonderful little Annie here.
Yes. Annie is a 10-year-old orphan who was left on the steps of New York's municipal orphanage on the night of December 31st, 1922.
And aren't you now conducting Coast to Coast nationwide search for Annie's parents?
Yes, Bert Healy, I am now conducting a coast-to-coast nationwide search for Annie's parents. Furthermore, I am offering a certified check for $50,000 to anyone who could prove that they are Annie's parents.
Wow! Now that's a reason to smile.
$50,000! Wow, Warbucks!
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, 50,000 smackers.
Quiet, Wacky. This is no joke.
I know, everything you say is no joke. And you move your lips too.
So Annie's parents, you're listening again? Write to Oliver Warbucks and go to the WAF radio station or to him at...
My home, Bert Healy. That's 987 5th Avenue, New York, New York.
That's 957 Avenue, New York, New York. Thank you, Oliver Warbucks!
Thank you, Bert Healy. I would also like to thank the makers of Oxidant toothpaste with Miracle K64 for fighting bad breath for letting me appear here this evening. Good night. Drop page! Did I just do a commercial?
Good night, Oliver Warbucks! Annie's parents, if you're listening, there's a $50,000 reward and a wonderful daughter waiting for you.
So get in touch, you hear?
I see by the old clock on the wall, no my Thursday checks post on my Wednesday Tuesday Oxford.
Hollywood bright.
For all those hours back then, we want to don't even mind, lovely boys and sisters.
Can we touch the radio?
What are you all doing up?
Annie was on the radio.
On WEAF.
The Hour Smiles of Bert Healy. She's famous.
Yeah. Next thing you know, she'll be starring in her own comic strip. Or they'll make a movie about her. Or a Broadway musical.
Yeah, very exciting.
Exciting. Very exciting. Did I ask for your opinion?
Sorry, Miss Hannigan.
Get out of here. Go to bed.
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
Good night, Miss Hannigan.
We love you, Miss Hannigan. Get out.
Oh, they never missed. A $50,000 reward. What I couldn't do with $50,000. I hate that nanny so much you'd think I was her mother.
Excuse me, ma'am. Are you the lady that runs this here orphanage?
Yeah, what do you want?
Oh, Ralph, I'm scared. Something could happen to her. Hush, Shirley. It's gonna be all right. She's gonna be here, and she'll be ours again. Ma'am, was you working here 11 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, we had a terrible troubles back then. We had to head north to Canada and leave our baby here on the front stoop.
Imagine that.
Our little girl, our Annie.
Annie? You're Annie's parents?
Yes, ma'am, we are. Please, nothing happened to her.
I can't believe it. Annie's parents. Where'd you say you come from again?
We come from a little pig farm up in Canada where they got lots of chickens and ducks and geese and roosters. Gotcha, sis.
Rooster! Rooster, I never would have known it was you in 100 years.
Fooled ya, Aggie, and we're gonna fool Warbucks too.
Get ourselves 50,000 big ones.
This is gonna be the best bunco job ever, Aggie. I know a guy out in Brooklyn who can doctor out a fake birth certificate and give us any other papers we want. But we need your help, Aggie, for details about Annie that might help us pull this thing off.
Oh, I could help you. A lot. But what's in it for me?
3-way split, Aggie.
Half.
Half?
Half.
Okay, fine, half. Straight down the middle, 25 grand each. But we gotta do it fast. Give them some of the old rooster razzle-dazzle. In and out, 2-3 minutes at most. We get the money, we get the kid, and get ourselves out of town.
Yeah. The kid's the problem. What do we do with her afterwards?
Aggie, that's no problem. When I want something to disappear, it disappears. For good. We get the money, we blow this crummy town, and then Lily and me'll meet ya.
Where? Oh, yeah. Easy Street. Easy Street. Annie is the key. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Easy Street.
high phone talk is virtually no action. In a nation racked by poverty, misery, and unemployment, it is deeds you want from the White House, not words. In short, Mr. President, you are listening. You've had enough of your fireside chat. It's time to...
Criticism, nothing but criticism.
I know.
Did anyone read the Washington Post this morning?
My friends, I say again, especially the fear to fear itself.
Franklin, you've already been elected.
Every cloud has a silver lining? You're never foolish, right? That's mine.
Oliver Warbuck's a friend, Franklin.
Thank you, Lou. Send them in.
Oliver?
Good morning, Mr. President.
Good morning, Oliver. Who do we have here?
This is my good friend Annie.
Annie.
She so wanted to meet you. I couldn't resist bringing her along just to say hello.
Hello. Ah, yes, the girl who sang so beautifully on the radio last night.
Annie, this is President Roosevelt.
How do you do, President Roosevelt? How do you do, Annie? There's lovely how you sound on the radio.
Thank you, Bert Huey.
No. Thank you, President Roosevelt. Shall we begin, Oliver? I'd like to see your view. I know that you stand for the happy few Americans that have any money left. I'd like to see your view on the matter.
Annie, if you'll wait outside, I'll...
No, Oliver. Let Annie stay. Having a child here will keep us on our best behavior.
Thank you, Mr. President. Annie?
Here, I don't even want to hear gosh out of you. No, Oliver, I know that you stand for the happy few Americans that have any money left. I'd like to see your view on the matter.
Mr. President, in the words of Calvin Coolidge, the business of this country is business. Yes, and for the good of you, the country, Wall Street, and me, we need to get my factories back open and the workers back to work.
According to my latest figure, there are about 15 million Americans out of work and 50 million with no visible means of support.
Mr. President, if I may say so, unemployment is not our worst problem.
The trouble is, it's all happening at once. Sit-down strikes, riots.
Floods, death storms.
And FBI still hasn't caught Al Capone. At least we can all agree on one thing. The situation is hopeless and getting worse.
Girl.
Harold, what did you say, Annie? It's okay. It's still a free country.
Just thinking about tomorrow. Clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow. Till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come with me. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day away.
Harold, Icky, stand up. You heard me. Stand up. Now sing. Sing? Yes, sing like Annie. If my administration going to end it, we optimistic about the future of this country. Now sing.
Franklin, really, you know that I...
Sing. It's for you, Oliver. Hundreds of couples, jamming streets outside house, all claiming to be Annie's parents.
Oh boy.
Well, it looks as though the Hour of Smiles has more listeners than we thought, huh, Annie?
Gee, hundreds of couples? One of them is bound to be my mother and father.
Trying to screen them, signed Grace Farrell. Well, Oliver, I suggest that you get to New York immediately.
Yes, Mr. President, if you don't mind.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Annie.
Goodbye, Mr. President, and thank you.
No, thank you, Annie. You're the person that president should have around.
Mr. President, what we need is a new attitude, a new vision,
A new approach,
A new concept.
a new dedication,
a new horizon, a new spirit.
A new...
A new deal. Yeah, I'd rather like that. A new deal. I'd write the first sign. There's nothing to fear except fear itself. The sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, you're always a day away. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, you're always a day away.
Well, Miss Farrell? I'm sorry, Annie. I've spoken to more than 1,000 people claiming to be your parents, but they're all liars and fakes.
Oh, gee.
Are you certain?
Yes, sir. None of them knew about the locket. I'm so sorry. I was sure someone was going to be my mother and father.
Mr. Warbucks, this was just caught by a special messenger from the FBI.
Ah, finally. Agent Gunderson has located the manufacturer of Annie's locket in Utica, New York.
Oh, boy!
Over 90,000 were made and sold.
Oh, gee.
Annie, I'm afraid the FBI doesn't think there's a chance in a million of tracing your parents through the locket. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You did your best. You didn't turn out so bad.
Annie, there's something you should know. I've made me a fortune made 10, been headlined and profiled again and again, but something was missing. I never quite knew that something was someone, but who? My speeches are greeted with thunderous acclaim at two universities bearing my name, yet something was missing each time I got through. That something was someone, but who? Who could that someone be? How could she make it known? Who would need me for me, need me for me? was missing, but dreams can come true. That something is no one but you. Who would need me for me, need me for me alone? The world was my oyster, but where was the pearl? Who dreamed I would find it in one little girl? Yes, something was missing, but dreams do come true. That something is no one but you. Grace,
Yes, sir?
do you have the legal papers I gave you the other day?
Right here.
Annie, I want to adopt you.
Adopt me?
Yes or no?
Well, if I can't have my real mother and father, there's no way I'd rather have for a father than you, Mr. Orbucks.
Annie, this isn't going to be an adoption. This is going to be a celebration. You can have anyone in the world you want to come to it.
Sure.
Who would you like to invite?
And then where should I take it?
Well, I guess I'd like Miss Farrell here, and Mr. Drake, and well, everybody else here.
Drake,
Yes, sir.
tell the staff to get spiffed up. They're going to be the guests for Annie's adoption party.
Yes, sir. Oh, and the kids.
It'll be way past their bedtime now. But I'll tell you what, we'll have everyone over tomorrow morning for the Christmas party.
Miss Hannigan, too.
Why not? Annie, I'm the luckiest man in the world.
And I'm the luckiest kid.
Together at last,
Together forever.
we're tying a knot.
They never can sever.
I don't need sunshine now to turn my skies to blue. I don't need anything but you. You wrap me around that cute little finger. You've made life a song. You've made me the singer.
And what's that matter to you always, Bill?
Bup, anything but you.
Yesterday was plain awful.
You can say that again.
Yesterday was plain awful.
But that's
Not now,
that's then.
I'm poor as a mouse.
I'm richer than Midas. But nothing on earth could ever divide us. And if tomorrow I'm an apple seller too, I don't need anything but you. Hamlet needed his mother.
Woolworth needed his shop.
Orville needed his brother. Or else
He'd go.
curb clop.
He used to need work to fill every hour.
I needed to feel that feeling of power. Now every other need has disappeared for good.
I don't need anything but you.
We're two of a kind, the happiest pair now. Like Fred and Adele, we're floating on air now. And what's the title of the dream that's just come true? I don't need anything,
Anything.
anything. I don't need anything but you. My friends, staff, welcome to the happiest night of my life. Grace, that's a lovely dress. You look beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse us, folk. Shirley, look. There's our Annie.
Who are you? Honey, we're your mama and dad.
Mudge. Mudge is the name, Ralph Mudge. And this here is my wife, Shirley.
You never knew it, dear, but you're Annie Mudge.
Annie Mudge?
We was sick and broke, honey. We had to head north to Canada.
But we couldn't bring along no baby.
We loved you, Annie, but we had to leave you behind.
Mr. Mudge, is it? We've seen a great number of people who...
Yes, we will be needing to see some...
Proof? I expect you'll be wanting some proof. So here's our driver's licenses and, oh yes, Annie's birth certificate.
Baby girl named Anne Elizabeth Mudge, born to Ralph and Shirley Mudge, October 28th, 1922.
October 28th. That's my birthday.
It was in her note, sir.
I know, I still don't...
Sister, please, you gotta believe us. We got on the Greyhound this afternoon and went straight to the orphanage to fetch our Annie. The lady there said our baby was here.
Oh, Annie, all the years I dreamed of holding you in my arms again.
Mr. Mudge, on the night that Annie was...
Here's something you wouldn't know about. But when we left Annie at the orphanage, we left half a silver locket with the note and kept the other half. So...
Ralph, look, Annie has it.
And here's the part we kept. See, it fits perfectly.
Oh, Ralph, she's our Annie.
Seems to be.
She is. Well, if you wouldn't mind getting her things together, we'll be taking her along.
Take
now.
her?
No!
No, wait a minute. Mr. Mudge, what about the money?
Money? Well, we ain't got much, but we'll be glad to give you whatever.
You haven't heard that I've offered a certified check for $50,000 to anyone who could prove they are Annie's parents?
No, sir. We don't know nothing about no check, and we don't want no money.
And we don't want no money for Annie.
On the other hand, Cheryl, remember that little pig farm out in New Jersey? With $50,000, we could afford to bring Annie upright in the countryside with fresh air, fresh eggs, fresh...
Roosters.
Good one, Lil. Cheryl. Certified, huh? So all I need to do is make the check out to me?
Yes, that's correct. You could pick it up tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning?
Yes, you wouldn't mind if Annie stayed till tomorrow morning. It's Christmas. We want Annie to be able to open her gifts so she can take them with her. So you can pick up Annie then, and the check.
Oh, well, yes, whatever you prefer, sir. We better be heading back to our hotel now. Bye, Annie.
Bye, Annie, love.
Until tomorrow morning, honey, and then you'll be spending the rest of your life with us. Pardon me, sweetheart. Merry Christmas.
And season's greetings.
Well, this is wonderful news.
Yes, wonderful news.
Annie has found her parents, and they seem to be a very nice couple.
You're lucky, Annie.
Yeah, I'm lucky. Just think, New Jersey.
Drake?
Yes, sir.
Champagne.
Yes, sir.
We must celebrate. We've just had the most wonderful news in the world. Annie has found her mother and father. I propose a toast. To Annie Mudge.
To Annie Mudge. Annie!
Everyone? I seem to have the same effect on everybody.
I've lost her. I've lost Annie.
Annie has the dog. We were...
Mr. Warbucks. This has just came from the FBI.
Mr. President, Roosevelt, I need your help.
Anything I can do, Oliver.
morning, Miss Dorbucks, Miss Farrell.
Merry Christmas, Annie.
You're up early.
You're up early, too.
We've been up all night, dear. FBI men coming and going. And didn't you know President Roosevelt is here?
Really?
Mr. President?
Merry Christmas, Mr. President.
Merry Christmas, Annie. FBI Director Hoover telephoned me this morning with some sad news. She succeeded in finding the identity of your parents.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Mudge.
No, David and Margaret Bennett.
But,
Annie.
And your parents passed away a long time ago.
so, I'm an orphan after all.
Are you all right, Annie?
Well, I knew they loved me, and they would have come back for me if they weren't.
I love you, Annie Bennett.
I love you, too. Now, who the heck are Ralph and Shirley Mudge?
The birth certificate could easily been forged, but no one knew about the locket except us.
And Miss Hannigan.
And Miss Hannigan.
Hannigan's for the children from the orphanage.
I missed you, Annie. I do too. Wow, this place looks like a castle. It's huge. Merry Christmas, Annie. I bet it was a good one. We heard you on the radio, Annie. You did great, that's for sure. Did you get lots of toys for Christmas, Annie?
Do you have your own room, Annie? Who'd want to live in this stuff?
Pepper!
Ah, Miss Hannigan, I'm delighted to meet you.
Same here. And I'd know you anyways.
Miss Hannigan, let me introduce you to everyone. You know my secretary, Grace Farrell, and this is the President of the United States. Oh, and this is my butler, Drake.
Look, kids, there's presents for all of us.
Now it all fits together.
Good morning. Merry Christmas, one and all.
Merry Christmas.
There she is, Cheryl, our little girl.
Your little girl.
Well, we don't want to bother you on Christmas and all. We just came to pick up Annie, her suitcase, and, oh yes, the check.
Ah, yes, the check. I almost forgot. $50,000 certified.
Certified. Paid to the order of Ralph Mudge.
Read it again.
Paid to the order of the jig is up. The jig is up.
Yes, the jig is up. Daniel Francis Hannigan,
Bum, bum, bum!
also known as...
Rooster Hannigan,
Dun, dun, dun!
also known as Ralph Mudge,
Dun, dun,
also known as Danny the Dip.
dun, dun, dun?
Danny the Dip?
Franklin, I believe fraud is a federal offense, and your Secret Service men have the power to arrest.
Yes, Oliver.
Louis, take them away!
And I believe that you will find that this woman is their accomplice. Arrest her too, please.
Gee, I've never seen these people before in my life till yesterday.
Aw, come off it, Aggie.
Yeah, sis, if me and Lily is taking the fall, so are you.
Mr. Warbucks! Oliver, I ain't done nothing to you. I always been... Annie! Oh, Annie, oh, tell him how good and nice I always was.
Gee, I'm sorry, Miss Hannigan, but remember the one thing you always taught us. Never tell a lie.
Brat! I'll let you in on a little secret. I never liked you, you little gold digger. Oh, take your hands off me. Oh, this is all your fault.
No, we're in this together.
No.
Annie, I'd like to meet your friends.
Kids, this is Grace Farrell.
Hi, kids.
Hello. And this is Mr. Daddy Warbucks. Hello. How do you do, sir? Miss Hannigan is gone for good!
You won't have to work anymore.
This might be the beginning of a happy new life for you and maybe all of us. A new deal. Yeah, I'd rather like that. A new deal.
So do I, Franklin.